Stop searching for money. Start managing. Write that down. Say it with me out loud. Money isn't missing. My management is. Don't get quiet tonight. Take a deep breath. We have been praying, fasting, and scrolling, asking, where's the money? And heaven is answering, where is the manager? Provision isn't lost. It's locked. And the key is stewardship. Let me confront you because I love your destiny. You don't have a money problem. You have a management problem. You've been chasing what you should be attracting. Money is attracted to management. It flees mismanagement. God will never give you what you pray for, only what you can manage. Write that down. If that offends you, good. It's supposed to wake you up. We have turned altars into ATMs and worship into wishing, and heaven refuses to sponsor waste. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much. Luke 16:10. Read it again. Faithful in little, ruler over much. That's not mystical. That's kingdom law. The question is no longer, where is the money? The new question is, where am I mismanaging what I already have? Say that. Ask it to yourself. Don't look at your neighbor. I'm talking to the one in your shoes. Management is the effective, efficient, correct, and timely use of another man's resources. Everything you have belongs to God. Your time, your talent, your treasure. So your life is a management test. Moreover, it is required in stewards that a man be found faithful. 1 Corinthians 4:2. Required, non-negotiable. God promotes managers. Earth promotes managers. Even your bank promotes managers. That's why some people seem to find money first. They aren't lucky. They are proven. Write this down. Miracles cancel management. Don't shout me down. Miracles are emergency interventions. They are not economic models. A wicked and adulterous generation seeks after signs because it refuses discipline. God will rescue you from drowning, but He won't bless you to buy a boat you won't maintain. Why would heaven finance what you refuse to steward? The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance. Proverbs 21:5 ESV. Plans, diligence. Abundance follows administration like a shadow follows a man in the sun. Tonight, I am issuing a prophetic reset to your mind. Stop romanticizing wealth and start regulating what you control. We are going to open 12 doors where money is hiding in your life. Not in the lottery, not in the clouds, but in mismanaged places. Managers find it first because they've created containers for supply. Provision looks for structure. Write that down. Provision looks for structure. God is not confused. He is careful. He times growth to management, and He releases resource to order. This is stewardship, science, laws, predictable results. If you cooperate with the law, you will get the harvest. If you violate it, you will get the invoice. So here is the expectation. For the next sessions, we will audit your world. We will not shout over waste. We will not dance over leaks. We will not sing over laziness. From your hours to your leftovers, from your skills to your invoices, we will expose 12 hiding places where money waits on a manager to arrive. And I promise you by the authority of Scripture, if you will manage it, it will multiply. Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Luke 6:38. Even giving responds to management, measured, intentional, accountable. Say it again. So your spirit hears you. Provision isn't lost, it's locked. And tonight, you are getting the keys. Don't pray for money, pray for management. Better yet, become it. Because once you are a manager, you won't have to chase money. Money will report for duty. Open your Bible, read with me, Genesis 2:5. When no bush of the field was yet in the land, and no small plant of the field had yet sprung up for the Lord, God had not caused it to rain on the land, and there was no man to work the ground. Read it again, slow. He didn't allow anything to grow because there was no man to work, manage the ground. Don't get quiet. That is not poetry, that is policy. That is not mystery, that is management. Write this down. God times growth to the presence of a manager. He withheld rain. He protected resource. He embargoed increase because there was no administrator on site. Shock line, take a breath. God protects and withholds resources from bad management. That's not punishment. That's mercy. Growth without management is a disaster. Rain without a manager is a flood. Opportunity without administration becomes waste. So heaven waits for a manager. Let's do a word study. The word work eragon means to manage, to arrange, to bring order for productive results. Work is not sweat. Work is stewardship. Adam had work before he had sweat. Sweat is the curse. Management is the assignment. God placed the man in the garden to dress it and to keep it. Genesis 2:15. Dress, organize, keep, protect. That's administration. So when Genesis 2-5 says no growth, it means no manager. The rain was ready. The seeds were ready. The earth was ready. The delay was managerial, not divine. Write this definition and tattoo it on your mind. Management is the effective, efficient, correct, and timely administration of resources, systems, time, and relationships to produce maximum productivity with minimum waste. Say it back to me. Effective, efficient, correct, timely. That's what God is looking for. He's not impressed by excitement. He's moved by execution. He's not waiting on your tears. He's waiting on your templates. Don't shout me down. Listen carefully. Your growth is constrained not by God's generosity, but by your current managerial capacity. That is why some of you have prayed for rain and got a drizzle. Heaven is saying, show me the gutters and I'll send the storm. You're asking for a bigger harvest while losing the little you have to disorganization. You want more clients but no system. More products but no process. More money but no budget. You are asking God to sponsor your chaos. He loves you too much to do it. Everybody say structure. Provision looks for structure. In Genesis, God didn't give plants without a planter, rain without a ruler, or harvest without a handler. He withheld what would overwhelm a poor manager. That's why I tell you, God will never give you what you pray for. He will give you what you can manage. The rain is not delayed. The manager is. Let me confront you because I want you free. If you cannot balance a checkbook at 100, why would heaven trust you with 1,000? If you cannot maintain a one-room apartment, why are you fasting for a 5-bedroom house? Not you, the one behind you. Don't look back. If you cannot manage 8 hours faithfully, God will not choke you with 80. That would be cruelty. Write this down. Unmanaged increase is judgment masquerading as blessing. Genesis 2 is the pattern. God preloaded the earth with potential. Then he installed a manager to activate it. After man, then rain. After manager, then growth. This is why your life has become an administration center. Build calendars. Assign tasks, create checklists, establish standards. Not because you're secular, but because you're spiritual. Order is spiritual. Let all things be done decently and in order. 1 Corinthians 14:40. God moves at the speed of your stewardship. So here is the practical implication. Upgrade your management and watch your growth rise to meet it. Expand your capacity before you expand your prayers. Draft the budget before you ask for the bonus. Write the proposal before you beg for the partner. Clean the garage before you petition for the new car. Show God the system and he will show you the supply. Genesis 2-5 is heaven's policy manual. No manager, no rain. Manager present, resources released. Lift your hands and say it. I am heaven's manager. I will not sweat for what management can solve. I will not accuse God of delay while I neglect design. Today I put my house, my calendar, my contacts, my kitchen, my accounts into order. And when order appears, growth will report for duty. Because in this kingdom, provision waits for a manager. Open your Bible to Luke 16 and read it out loud with me, verse 10 through 12. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much. And he that is unjust in the least is unjust also in much. If therefore you have not been faithful in the unrighteous mammon, who will commit to your trust the true riches? And if you have not been faithful in that which is another man's, who shall give you that which is your own? Read it again. Slow. Faithful in little, ruler over much. Unfaithful in little, disqualified from much. If you fail the mammon test, you are not a candidate for true riches. That is the algorithm of the kingdom. That is heaven's promotion system. Don't get quiet. Write this down. Money moves toward trust, and trust flows to managers. The earth understands this. Heaven enforces it. Banks don't give loans for tears. They reward track records. Employers don't promote prayer points. They promote performance. Even hell knows this. Principal systems run empires. So stop shouting at opportunities and start showing them your stewardship. Your next level is not waiting on a revival. It is waiting on a report. Show your ledger. Let me define the test so you can stop failing it in the dark. Tithing and budgeting are not religious chores. They are God's management training program. The tithe measures honesty. The budget measures discipline. The receipt measures accountability. Bring all the tithes into the storehouse and prove me. Now Malachi 3:10. Prove me, because I'm proving you. If you steal from God at 10, He will protect you from 100. If you can't tell your money where to go on paper, you will always wonder where it went in panic. Honesty, accountability, discipline. Write those 3 words and tattoo them on your conscience. Listen to the weight of Jesus' words. If you have not been faithful in the unrighteous mammon, who will commit to your trust the true riches? Luke 16:11. Money is the lowest exam in the kingdom. True riches are people, ideas, influence, revelation, land, legacy. And He says He won't release them to those who mismanage cash. Chalk line. God withholds true riches from eye thieves and budget dodgers. Not you, the one behind you. Don't look back. Miracle cancel management. I will keep saying it until it offends you into order. Stop building a life that only functions under crisis. Some of you have a testimony every time you have an emergency because chaos is the only environment you train for. You can pray down manna, but can you count it, store it, and not rot it? Israel ate angels' food and still died broke in the wilderness because they refused discipline. The book says the plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance. Proverbs 21:5. Plans. Diligence. Not panic. Not gambling. Not guessing. Write this down. Managers are promoted by systems, not slogans. Your declarations are loud, but your spreadsheets are quiet. God reads the quiet. He is watching how you handle another man's resources, your employer's time, your client's trust, your landlord's property, your church's assignment. If you have not been faithful in that which is another man's, who will give you your own? Luke kursitorsta, katsitorsta. You want your own company while you steal time on your job. You want your own building while you neglect your apartment. Heaven is not confused. Heaven is consistent. So here is the instruction. Show your ledger. Show it to yourself. Show it to your spouse. Show it to your God. Bring your tithe first. Build your budget second. Keep your receipts third. Set a weekly review, 30 minutes, with your numbers, not your Netflix. Put dates on bills. Put names on dollars. Put purpose on every cent. That ledger is your report card. And the moment you pass the mammon test, true riches start looking for your address. Because in this kingdom and in this world, proven managers find it first. Heaven and earth both promote managers. That is not a prophecy. That is policy. Now take a deep breath, square your shoulders, and decide, I will be found faithful in little. Then watch much come looking for you. Now, let's turn revelation into regulation, policy into practice. Write this down. ICED. Inventory. Categorize. Economize. Deploy. Say it again until it becomes muscle memory. This is the steward's toolkit. This is how we turn open heavens into organized households. This is how managers find it first. Inventory. Be diligent to know the state of your flocks and attend to your herds. Proverbs 27:23. That's inventory. Adam's first job was naming. You cannot rule what you will not name. List everything. Time blocks 24 hours broken into assignments. Tools, hardware, software, machines, kitchen appliances, subscriptions, every auto draft, every membership, nibbling your future, debts, principal, interest, due dates, skills, what you do well that others need. Rooms every square foot, closets to garages. Relationships, contacts, clients, mentors, vendors, prayer partners. Write this down. What you do not measure, you cannot manage. What you do not manage, you will lose. Open a spreadsheet, a notebook, Habakkuk 2:2. Write division, make it plain. No more fog, no more I think. Managers measure. Categorize. God began creation by separating light from darkness, waters from waters. Order is produced by distinction. Put everything you inventoried into the right box. Income versus expense. What brings in? What takes out? Asset versus liability. What pays you? What you pay. Urgent versus important. What screams versus what bills. Cash versus kind. What is money now versus what can be converted later. Some of you are calling liabilities, blessings, and assets extras because you haven't categorized. Not you, the one behind you. Don't look back. Give every line a label. Adam named every creature. You will name every dollar. If it's unlabeled, it's unled. Economize. This is the king's language. To economize means to get the maximum out of the minimum. Write it. Little by little makes it grow. Proverbs 13:11. The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance. Proverbs 21:5. Cut waste without cutting purpose. Compress time, batch tasks, build routines. Stop context switching your destiny to death. Bundle errands. Cook in portions. Automate bills. Consolidate trips. Cancel what doesn't compound. Pick up every crumb, Jesus said. Gather up the fragments that remain, that nothing be lost. John 6:12. Your trash bin is a thief. Your leftover hours are uncashed checks. Economizing is not stingy, it's strategic. It's you telling your resources you will produce maximum with minimum loss. Write this down. Waste is wickedness. It insults the giver. Deploy. The kingdom fires idle assets. You wicked and slothful servant, take the talent from him and give it to him who has 10. Matthew 25:26-28. God promotes managers. Everything you inventoried and categorize must now have a job description and a measurable output. People assign roles, set deadlines, require reports. Property, empty rooms become rentals or studios. Land becomes gardens or leases. Vehicles become logistics with mileage targets, processes, document steps. A checklist is a quiet employee that never sleeps. Products, package, skills into services, templates, courses, retainers, relationships, schedule, outreach, referrals, monthly value touches without exploiting trust. Debts, refinance or accelerate. Turn interest into your employee, not your pharaoh. Every item gets a KPI. Revenue generated, cost reduced, hours saved, souls served. If it cannot prove its productivity in 30 days, reassign it or release it. Managers do not tolerate loafing in their assets. Here is your cadence. Weekly, 30 minutes inventory updates. Weekly, 30 minutes categorize and reconcile. Weekly, 30 minutes economize and cut a leak. Weekly, 30 minutes deploy and measure. That's 2 hours that will produce what? 2 years of wishing never did. Write this down. Consistency creates compounding. Compounding creates capacity. Capacity attracts capital. Genesis 2-5 was waiting on a manager. Luke 16 is promoting a manager. ICED is how you become that manager on Monday morning, not just Sunday night. This turns revelation into repeatable administration. Now pick up your pen, open your ledger, and tell every resource in your life, report for duty. Hidden place number 1 is not in a bank, it's in your day. Your unaccounted hours are uncashed checks. Write that down. Open your Bible, Ephesians 5:15-16. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Read it again. Redeem the time. You don't find time, you buy it back. How? With management. Don't get quiet on me. From 9-5, you are employed. From 5-12, you are deployed. That evening window is your battlefield for mastery. I am issuing a time tithe. 10% of 24 hours is 2 hours and 40 minutes. Every day, 240 goes to skill, systems, or sales. Say it. Skill, systems, sales. Skill, what you must become excellent at. Systems, the processes and templates that multiply you. Sales, the calls, proposals, and follow-ups that move value into revenue. Redeem the night. God works the night shift. Read your Bible. He visits men in dreams. Job 33 to 15. While others are scrolling, you will be sowing. Do a calendar audit right now. Scroll your week. Where did 14 hours leak? That's 2 full work days lost to aimless swiping, mindless shows, and wandering conversations. Not you, the one behind you. Don't look back. Proverbs 6 to 9 laughs at us. How long will you sleep, O sluggard? When will you arise from your sleep? Write this down. Laziness is not only sleeping, it is sloppy scheduling. Colossians 4 to 5 says, walk in wisdom, redeeming the time. Wisdom has a calendar. Micro shifts will save your destiny. Set 90-minute deep work blocks. No notifications, no tabs, no snacks. Put the phone in another room. The devil doesn't need demons when your device is discipling you. Set do not disturb like an usher at the door of your mind. Batch your tasks. Protect your mornings for thinking and your evenings for producing. And Sabbath. Hear me. Rest is management. Teach us to number our days that we may get a heart of wisdom. Psalm 90 to 12. One day, every week, cease from producing. Refill clarity. Sharpen purpose. Sabbath is the maintenance schedule for your soul. A dull axe wastes time. Ecclesiastes 10:10. Let me show you the math so you stop hallucinating and start harvesting. 90 minutes a day, 5 days a week, 50 weeks a year, 375 focused hours. That's a certification finished, a book written, a software launch, a course recorded, a clientele established. Converted to money, 375 hours at $40. Hours, $15,000 you thought you were praying for. Or 375 hours to build a product that sells while you sleep. That's your down payment on land. This is not mystery, it's math baptized in management. Set your time tithe tonight. Block it on your calendar in a color that screams destiny. Name each block, skill, edit lessons, systems, build proposal template, and CRM. Sales, 5 calls, 3 follow-ups, 1 invoice sent. Stop at 240 if you are brave. Stop at 90 minutes if you are rebuilding. But start. Ecclesiastes 10:18 warns, through idleness of hands the house leaks. Your life is leaking through your schedule. Plug the leak and you just gave yourself a raise. Write this down. What you schedule becomes what you steward. What you steward, God multiplies. Unmanaged hours are uncashed checks. This week, cash them. From 5:12, you are deployed soldier of stewardship. Report to your post. God is watching your clock like he watched Adam's garden. Redeem the time, and time will redeem your finances. Open your trash can. Don't be deep. Be diligent. Hidden place number 2 is screaming at you every pickup day. Jesus fed 5,000, yes, but study his administration. He sat them down in groups order. He delegated to disciples structure. He distributed systematically flow. And when the miracle was done, he did not start a praise break. He started a cleanup crew. Gather up the fragments that remain, that nothing be lost. John 6:12. Write this down. Pick up every crumb. Every crumb you keep becomes the loaf you need tomorrow. Don't get quiet. 12 baskets were left over. Why? Management. The Son of God refused waste. You and I throw away more anointed provision in a week than some nations see in a month. Not you, the one behind you. Don't look back. Proverbs 12:27 rebukes us. The slothful man roasted not that which he took in hunting. Translation, lazy people waste what they already paid for. Waste is wickedness. It insults the giver. If Jesus audits crumbs, you must audit cans. Start at your table. Meal plan before you shop. 15 minutes on Sunday can cut 20 to 30% off grocery waste this month. Batch cook staples. Portion them into containers. Label dates. Freeze with rotation. Oldest in front, newest in back. Schedule a remix night. Wednesday becomes leftovers alchemy. Roast becomes tacos. Rice becomes stir fry. Veggies become soup. If you spend $700 a month on food, a 20% waste cut is $140. $1,680 a year you were praying for. That's a mortgage prepayment or your first stock buy. Write it down. Your fridge is a bank. Stop overdrafting it. Audit the stealth dollars on your meters. Thermostat discipline is holiness for your house. 1 to 3 degrees setback can save 1.3% per degree on heating or cooling. Do the math for your bill. Use programmable settings, cooler when you sleep, milder when you're away. Run laundry and dishwashers off peak if your utility offers it. Install plug strips and shut down vampire loads, TVs, chargers, game consoles, sipping power all night like thieves with straws. Switch bulbs to LEDs, weather strip doors, fix the dripping faucet that preaches waste every second. Ecclesiastes 10:18 warns, through idleness of hands the house leaks. Tighten the leak, give yourself a raise. Now face marketplace waste. You're paying for speed you don't use, gigabit internet to check email, unlimited data while you average 4 gigabytes, stack streaming you forgot to cancel. Not you, the one behind you. Call your providers. Trim, bundle, or cancel. Negotiate annually. If it hasn't been used in 30 days, it's a leak. If it doesn't compound value, it's a liability. Luke 16 still stands. Faithful in little, ruler over much. Your bill is your witness. Write this down and never forget it. Heaven multiplies what you manage, not what you waste. Jesus organized, distributed, and then he commanded, let nothing be lost. That's a kingdom policy. Tonight, institute the crumb rule in your house. Label it. Live it. From pantry to plug. From plate to plan. Gather the fragments. Because the basket you fill with today's crumbs will feed tomorrow's vision. Every crumb you keep becomes the loaf you need tomorrow. Open the next drawer. Your skills drawer. Hidden place number 3 is not in the bank. It's in your brain and your hands. Write this down. Your skill becomes money the day it becomes a product. Not when you pray about it. Not when you brag about it. When you package it. Do you see a man skillful in his work? He will stand before kings. Proverbs 22:29. Skill attracts thrones, but packaging opens the door. Don't get quiet. Inventory first. Management starts with naming. Take 10 minutes tonight and list 10 things people already ask you for help with. Not what you wish you were good at, what they text you for, interrupt you for, thank you for, troubleshooting their phones. Organizing a kitchen, editing resumes, planning travel, tutoring math, designing flyers, meal prep magic, event flow, budget spreadsheets, prayer and accountability structure. If they ask you for it, that's a hint from heaven. As every man had received the gift, even so minister the same one to another as good stewards of the manifold grace of God. 1 Peter 4:10. Steward the grace by naming it. Now package it. Managers turn competence into containers. Free checklist, paid workshop, retainer service. That's your ladder. Start with a simple, generous tool that proves you can get results. A 1-page pantry purge checklist. A 5-step resume upgrade. A 30-minute daily math routine guide. A new client onboarding email template. Give it freely to demonstrate stewardship, not to devalue yourself. Then host a paid workshop, 90 minutes on Zoom, Saturday morning. Pantry to plate, resume to interview, budget to surplus, limit seats. Deliver outcomes. Record it. Finally, offer a retainer monthly meal planning and grocery coaching. Quarterly career coaching and resume refresh. Monthly small business admin systems. Weekly tutoring packages. The free tool opens trust. The workshop converts decision. The retainer compounds value. That's management. Fix your pricing posture. Managers price by value and outcomes, not by insecurity or minutes. Minutes are cheap. Transformation is precious. The laborer is worthy of his hire. Luke 10:7, 1 Timothy 5:18. If your plan saves a family $400 a month on groceries, why are you trembling at $149 for the workshop and $249 a month for the retainer? If your resume overhaul yields a $6,000 raise, stop apologizing at $300. Not you, the one behind you. Don't look back. Write this down. Discounting your destiny is mismanagement. Miracles cancel management. Underpricing cancels stewardship. Here is your activation. Build a 1-page offer tonight. 4 boxes. Problem, state the pain in their words. Promise 1 sentence. Measurable outcome. Process 3 steps you'll lead them through. Price pilot number. Clear deliverables. Deadline to decide. Add your calendar link. Set a pilot price, you can say, without stuttering, intro, workshop fee, and first month retainer. This is a test, not a tombstone. By Friday, sell 3. Not think about 3. Sell 3. Call 5 people who already asked you for help. Send a 1-pager. Book the date. Collect payment. Deliver excellence. Then raise your price 20% next cycle. Write this down. Favor follows frameworks. The talent in Matthew 25 only multiplied when it was deployed. The buried gift got fired. Package your competence. Productize your wisdom. Systematize your service. Because in this kingdom, managers don't chase money. They design value, and money reports for duty. Your list of 10 is your seed. Your 1-page offer is your plow. Your first 3 clients are your rain. Now manage it and watch what grows. Hidden place number 4 is your contacts list, your relationships. Write this down. Right relationships are pipelines. Poor management clogs them. Open your Bible, Luke 16-9. Jesus says, make friends for yourselves by means of unrighteous mammon. Read it again. Make friends with what? The systems that move money. Why? So when it fails, they may receive you into eternal dwellings. Translation, go learn how the world allocates capital. Build friendships that outlast budgets. Don't get spooky, get strategic. Take a banker to coffee. Ask a CFO how they think. Sit with a property manager about leases. A procurement officer about vendor approval. A grant manager about proposals. Managers make friends with systems so they can serve people with solutions. Not you, the one behind you. Don't look back. Now operationalize it. Build a referral web. 10 warm introductions every month. Write that down. 10. Here's the give-get structure. Give a double opt-in intro. Ask both sides first. Give context, 1 sentence on each person's value. Give a clear next step. 1 5-minute call. Calendar link attached. And give honor. State any referral terms up front and bless them regardless. What do you get? You get trust compounded, data on who converts, and a percentage or reciprocal lead where appropriate. Follow up in 24 hours to confirm contact. 7-day check-in for outcome. 30-day report to both parties. Simple. Connected, met, result, next. Pay referral fees within 48 hours of invoice paid. Proverbs 3:27. Do not withhold good from those to whom it is due. Managers settle promptly. Hustlers make excuses. Partnering beats hustling. Bundle your offer with complementary professionals and turn one sale into a suite. Nutrition coach plus personal trainer plus grocery systems. Package a 90-day transformation. Resume writer plus interview coach plus recruiter. Package a job change sprint. Photographer plus brand strategist plus web designer. Package a launch kit. Set roles. Define deliverables. Agree revenue splits in writing. Create a shared onboarding form. 1 payment link. Weekly huddle. And a joint case study pipeline. Ecclesiastes 4:9 says, 2 are better than 1 because they have a good reward for their labor. Bundles are stewardship, more value, fewer leaks, stronger outcomes. Guardrails. Now write this down. Never extract what you haven't deposited. Reputation is compound interest. A good name is to be chosen rather than great riches. Proverbs 22:1. Luke 6:38 still works. Give, and it shall be given unto you. My rule, 5 deposits before 1. Ask. Deposits are value touches. Send a resource specific to their goal. Write a recommendation. Spotlight their work publicly. Introduce them to a mentor. Pray for them and text a prayer. Remember birthdays and wins. No gossip, no poaching, no bait and switch. Confidentiality is currency. Keep it tight. If you promise a referral fee, document it. If you receive one, declare it cleanly. He who walks with the wise becomes wise. Proverbs 13:20. He who walks with users becomes used. Here's your activation. Open your contacts, inventory, and categorize. Mentors, peers, prospects, partners, past clients. Tag them. Schedule monthly value touches 5 a week. Draft 3 bundle concepts and identify the 2 partners you need for each. Send 10 double opt-in introductions this month with a give-get note. Track outcomes in your ledger names, dates, results, revenue. In 30 days, measure referrals generated and conversion. Because in this kingdom, money is not missing, it's moving along relationships. Steward the pipeline, clear the clogs, and watch provision flow to the manager who honors trust. Open your door and look around your house. Don't get spooky, get surgical. Hidden place number 5 is your closet, your attic, and your garage. Write this down. Dormant assets are disobedient employees. Reassign or release them. 2 Kings 4, the prophet asked the widow, what do you have in the house? She said, a little oil. He gave her a system. Borrow vessels. Pour, sell, pay your debts, live on the rest. 2 Kings 4-2:7. That miracle honored management. Heaven multiplied what she mobilized. God is asking you the same question tonight. What do you have in your house? Here's the policy. 3 piles on the floor. Sell, rent, donate. Everything must perform. If it hasn't served purpose in 12 months, it must serve capital this month. Not you, the one behind you. Don't look back. Open the closet duplicates. Tags on fashions. Shoes you're saving for a prophecy that never came. Baby gear your babies outgrew. Instruments you don't play. Cameras you don't click. Tools you don't use. Electronics. Sleeping under dust like Lazarus waiting on a manager. Proverbs 27-23. Be diligent to know the state of your flocks. Your flocks are hanging on hangers and hiding in bins. Sell pile. Move idle inventory. Local marketplace first, Facebook marketplace, Craigslist, OfferUp. Then niche forums where buyers actually value what you own. Poshmark and Depop for apparel, Reverb for music gear, Bricklink for Lego, TCG Player for cards, specialized Facebook groups for bikes, strollers, camping gear, consignment stores for designer wear and children's items, sports consignment for skis and bats, music shops for pedals and amps. Take clean photos in daylight. Write honest titles with brand, model, size, condition, and include dimensions. Create a pricing rule. Start at 60-70% of recent sold comps. Drop 10% weekly until it moves. Set pickup windows. Collect payment before release. Managers design exits. Rent, pile. Turn tools into employees with time cards. Share grid and kit split for cameras and lenses. Local rental groups or Fat Llama for power tools, music shops and church networks for keyboard, PA or drum rentals, neighborhood boards for pressure washers, ladders, aerators. Write it down. Rent it 2 days a month and it pays its shelf rent. Attach a simple agreement, deposit, ID, condition, checklist, daily rate, late fee, photograph before and after. Calendar your inventory so you don't double book. The lazy servant buried the talent. The faithful servant put it to work. Matthew 25-16:27. Idle gear gets fired. Donate pile. Convert excess into eternal credit and tax value. He who has pity on the poor lends to the Lord. Proverbs 19:17. Give high quality items to shelters, refugee resettlement, church benevolence, or reputable thrift. Get receipts. Donation is not a trash dump. It's targeted sowing. Free your space. Fund your purpose. Activation 9, 0-minute home audit this week. Set a timer. Room by room with a box and a label maker. Everything answers one question. What is your job? If it can't answer, you answer for it. Sell, rent, or donate. List 10 items tonight. Post 5 by midnight. Schedule 2 rentals for the weekend.
Bag 1 donation for pickup. Track proceeds in your ledger item, platform, fee, net, date.
Assign the first $500 to debt knockout like the widow. Pay your creditors and live on the rest. The next $500 funds your skill, product, or your land account. Luke 16 still governs faithful in little, ruler over much. Your house is a warehouse. Your garage is a treasury. Your closet is a bank. Stop letting resources loaf on your payroll. Reassign or release them. And watch hidden money report for duty. Hidden place number 6 is quiet, but costlier contracts and subscriptions. Write this down. Every leak you plug is a raise you gave yourself. Don't get quiet. Luke 16:2, read it. Give an account of your stewardship. Your statements are your account. Pull the last 90 days from every bank and card. Print them or download them, highlighter in hand. Circle every recurring charge monthly, quarterly, annually. Use 3 colors. Green to keep with purpose. Yellow to renegotiate. Red to cancel. Label each line with its job description. If it can't tell you what it produces, it's fired. Be diligent to know the state of your flocks. Proverbs 27:23. Your flocks are your auto drafts. Annualize the leak so your brain wakes up. $9.99. Month is not $10. It's $119.88. Year, $29. Month isn't $29. It's $348. Year, plus tax, plus interest if you carry a balance. $79. Month for a bundle you don't use is $948. Year 1 phone call from a down payment. Write it down. Small drip sink big ships. Ecclesiastes 10:18. Through idleness the house leaks. You are about to tighten the valves. Now negotiate. Managers don't whine. They work the system. Call your internet provider. Ask for retention or loyalty rates. Say it plainly. My budget has changed. I need to reduce this by $40. What promotions or competitive matches can you offer today? Be quiet and let them find the money. Remove rental fees. Own your modem if it makes sense. Right size your speed to your usage. Ask for auto pay, paperless discounts. Call your phone carrier, same script. Explore legacy plans, family pooling, employer or association discounts. Eliminate device payments once the phone is paid off. Call insurance shop quotes, bundle home and auto, update annual mileage, add telematics if you drive safely, raise deductibles within wisdom. You are not begging, you are managing. Luke 16:10, he who is faithful in very little is faithful also in much. Faithfulness sounds like can you do better? And waits in silence until the new price is born. Cancel duplicates and dead weight. 2 cloud storages holding the same photos? Cut 1. 3 streamers you watch someday? Red. Gym you haven't visited since January 12th? Red. App trials that turn into tides to Silicon Valley? Red. Extended warranties you double covered for? Red. Software seats no one uses? Red. Build a renewal calendar. List each contract, term, and renewal date with a 30-day alert. Your future self will thank your present management. Automation with oversight is kingdom order. Set essential bills to auto pay to avoid late fees and stress. Then institute a monthly review ritual. First Sunday evening, 30 minutes. Open your ledger. Line by line, ask, did this serve purpose? Can I get it cheaper? Should I pay annually for a discount or cancel entirely? Adjust immediately. Document the savings. Assign them a job, debt knockout, land account, or tool acquisition. The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance. Proverbs 21:5. Activation tonight. Download 90 days. Highlight with green, yellow, red. Send 3 cancellations before bed. Book 3. Negotiation calls for tomorrow. Set your monthly review on the calendar. Record the total saved and name it the raise I gave myself. Because money is not missing, it's leaking. Managers plug the leaks and provision salutes. Now let's turn the spigot on the other side. Write this down. Managers don't chase invoices. They design cash flow. Stop financing client disobedience. You are not their bank. Leviticus 19:13 says, the wages of a hired worker shall not remain with you all night until the morning. That's God telling the client, pay on time. Romans 13:7, pay to all what is owed. So why are you an interest-free lender to people God commanded to pay? Not you, the one behind you. Don't look back. Raise the ceiling. Fear sets your price, not value. Test a 10 to 20% lift for new clients tied to clearer outcomes. Hear me, price follows clarity. You are not selling hours, you are selling transformation. Write it down. Every 3rd proposal this month goes out at plus 10% with a sharper promise and defined deliverables. If conversion holds, lock it in. Next month, test plus 15% on new leads, then plus 20%. Proverbs 22:29. Do you see a man skillful in his work? He will stand before kings. Kings never ask for your hours. They pay for outcomes. Put the outcome in the first sentence. Put the win in numbers. And watch price courage return to your spine. Terms are money. Policy is prosperity. Institute deposits, non-refundable booking fee to secure dates and thinking. My rule, 50% to start, 40% at milestone handoff, 10% upon acceptance. Acceptance defined by calendar, not emotions. 5 business days unless defects documented. Net 7, not net 30. For small projects, late fees, enforce 1.5% per month or $25 minimum. Say it with me, enforcement is stewardship, not meanness. Luke 16:10, faithful in little means faithful to your own policy. If you don't respect your terms, clients will not respect your invoices. Billing cadence now. Invoice on acceptance, not completion. Completion is subjective. Acceptance is a date. Use e-sign proposals that trigger invoice automatically on click. Collect a card or ACH on file at agreement authorization in writing. Auto collect on milestones. Send reminder sequences. 3 days before due. Day of, day after. Then weekly with late fee notice. Work stoppage clause kicks in at 48 hours overdue. Read it again. No deliverables without deposits. No progress without milestones. No completion without final payment cleared. The laborer is worthy of his hire. Luke 10:7. Your software is your usher. Let it seek the money. Offer design stability. It's a stewardship fruit. Add retainers and maintenance plans to every project. Build the ladder. Project builds the asset. Maintenance keeps it holy. Websites get care plans, updates, backups, speed tuning, quarterly review. Brand projects get content retainers. 2 campaigns per month. Analytics call. Coaching becomes monthly advisory. 2 sessions. Voxer access. KPI dashboard. Home services become seasonal packages. Spring tune-up, summer check, fall prep, winter audit. Price the retainer at a fraction of the project, but attach ongoing outcomes, uptime, speed, book calls, clean books, 0 emergencies. Proverbs 21:5. The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance. Retainers are plans with paydays. Activation tonight. Rewrite your terms. Deposits, milestones, late fees, work stoppage, acceptance timeline, and card on file. Update your proposal template with an outcomes first summary and a plus 10% test for new leads.
Convert 3 existing clients to retainers this week. Offer a bonus deliverable for switching to autopay. Move all invoices to Net 7 with automatic reminders.
Measure DSO days sales outstanding today and again in 30 days. Document the cash that arrives earlier and assign it a job, debt knockout, tool upgrade, land account. Because money is not missing, it is mismanaged. Design your cash flow and watch provisions. Salute the manager. Hidden place number 8 is invisible but inexhaustible, your processes and checklists. Write this down. A process is a quiet employee that never sleeps. It doesn't argue, it doesn't call in sick, it doesn't forget, it just produces. 1 Corinthians 14:40 says, let all things be done decently and in order. Order is employment for your future. Don't get quiet. Document once, multiply forever. Every repeatable task must graduate into an SOP, standard operating procedure. Open your calendar and pick 3 things you do every week. Client onboarding, content posting, and invoicing. Now capture them. Hit record on a Loom video while you perform the task. Narrate the why and the how. Then write a simple checklist. Trigger, steps, decision points. Done. Store it in a shared folder. Name it, date it, version it. Habakkuk 2:2. Write the vision and make it plain on tablets so you may run who reads it. Managers, write so others can run. Not you, the one behind you. Don't look back. Batching is holy efficiency. The devil of waste hides in switching. Group like with like, 2 email windows a day, not 20 dings an hour. 1 content creation block each week. Script, record, edit, schedule. No phone calls allowed. 1 errands route on Thursday banks. Post office, supplies sequence for time and fuel. Proverbs 21:5 says, the plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance. Batching is a plan that prints abundance by removing setup costs. Write this down. What you standardize, you can scale. Climb the delegation ladder. Eliminate, automate, delegate, elevate. Ask the first question, should this exist? If not, eliminate. Next, can a rule or tool do it? If yes, automate templates, scheduling apps, invoice automations, email rules. If not, delegate. Give it to a trained human with your SOP and your checklist. Then elevate. Free your time to design, to sell, to study land, to mentor your team. Luke 16:10 still governs faithful in little, qualifies you to release little and manage much. Set quality control into the process. Every checklist ends with proof, a screenshot saved, a confirmation number logged, a 2-minute self-audit against the SOP. Managers don't hope, they verify. Exodus 18. Is your witness Jethro told Moses to appoint leaders of thousands, hundreds, fifties, and tens with clear cases and clear criteria. That is a workflow. Systems mint surplus because they catch crumbs you cannot see at full speed. Activation tonight, pick 3 recurring tasks. Record 1 loom each. Draft the corresponding checklist. Schedule your batching blocks for the next 4 weeks. Run the delegation ladder on your calendar tomorrow morning. Eliminate 2, automate 2, delegate 1, and elevate 1 hour to strategy. Review your SOPs every 30 days, version 1.1, 1.2. Iterate like a manager, because money is not missing. It's waiting in the margins. Your process will reclaim. Hire your quiet employee tonight and watch provision clock in on time. Now open the next hidden place, your debt schedule. Write this down. Unmanaged interest enslaves, managed interest serves. Read Proverbs 22:7. The rich rules over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. That's not a metaphor, that's a schedule. Debt is a calendar of captivity. Don't get quiet. You're fasting while Pharaoh auto-debits your destiny at 2 a.m. Not you, the one behind you. Don't look back. Truth before tactics. Inventory every debt. Credit cards, car notes, student loans, personal loans, buy now, pay later, medical, line of credit, mortgage. 1 sheet. Columns. Creditor, balance, APR, minimum payment, due date, and remaining term. Add a notes column for penalties and promo expirations. Print it. Stare at it. Name the demon. Its name is date and rate. Luke 16:2. Give an account of your stewardship. This is your account. Choose your weapon, avalanche or snowball. Write it down. Avalanche kills the highest interest first, maximum math. Snowball kills the smallest balance first, maximum momentum. Pick one and stop arguing. Managers decide. Pay minimums on all. Then automate every extra dollar to the target debt as extra principal, not future payment. Label it precisely. When the first debt dies, roll that entire payment to the next one without asking your feelings. That is your snowball, non-negotiable, automatic. Romans 13:8 says, owe no man anything except to love. Your automation is your love for your future. Refi and restructure. Call your card issuers, ask for hardship or loyalty, APR reductions. Balance transfer to a 0% promo, if and only if you freeze the old card and pay off the transfer before promo ends. Factor the 3-5% fee into your math. Visit your credit union, refinance a car at a lower rate and shorter term. Stop resetting the clock. Consolidate only if discipline is in place. Close or freeze redundant cards. Cut them up. Put them in the freezer under ice if you must. Bi-weekly half payments on mortgages can chop years. Verify your servicer applies to principal, not escrow. Deuteronomy 28:12 declares, you shall lend to many nations, but you shall not borrow. You can't decree that while swiping at midnight. You restructure into it. Flip the script the day a chain breaks. The payment you used to send to Pharaoh becomes an employee. Redirected automatically into assets, emergency reserved until 3 months, then your land account, then productive tools or an index fund interest now reports to you. Write this down. Keep the payment, change the direction. The same $287 that used to die on a statement will buy back your future when it lives in an asset. This is how managers turn interest from master to servant. Activation tonight, 60-minute debt audit. List. Sort by APR or by smallest balance, circle your plan. Set auto pay above minimum on the target account labeled extra principal. Book 3 calls. 1 issuer for APR reduction. 1 credit union for refi options. 1 servicer to clarify principal application. Freeze or close cards that enable the whole. Create a freedom ladder. Debts in order with projected dates. When the first is paid, do not celebrate with a purchase. Celebrate with a transfer into your asset account the same day. Luke 16:10. Faithful in little, faithful in much. Money is not missing. It's hiding in your amortization tables, waiting for a manager to set it free. Write this down. God's idea of wealth is land. Don't get quiet. Proverbs 13:22. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. An inheritance is not sneakers and selfies. It is soil and structures. The only estate that's real is real estate. When God called Abram, he didn't promise him a shopping spree. He promised him a country. Genesis 12:1-7. When Israel came out of Egypt, God gave them what? Land, boundary lines, deeds. Do not move the ancient boundary stone. Proverbs 22:28. Why? Because boundaries define legacy. Genesis 2-5 still whispers he didn't allow it to grow until a manager appeared. Land waits for managers. Say it with me. You are not wealthy until you steward land. Now let's find your hidden money under your own roof. Space must perform. Every room is an employee. Give it a job. House hack. Write this down. Rent a room. Build an ADU. Monetize parking. Lease storage. A spare bedroom becomes cash flow to slay your mortgage. Nurses on travel contracts. Grad students. Interns. Month-to-month professionals relocating. Screen properly. Document clearly. Secure deposits lawfully. This is stewardship, not freeloading. ADU, accessory dwelling unit. Convert the garage. Build a backyard suite if your zoning allows. Call planning and zoning tomorrow. Ask for ADU guidelines, setbacks, parking requirements. Managers know codes. Live over a shop. Rent the shop. Near a stadium? Your driveway is premium parking on game days. Got an empty garage? Rent storage to craftsmen with gear. Ecclesiastes 4:9. 2 are better than 1 because they have a good return for their labor. Your square feet plus someone's need equals a return. Rooms, driveways, sheds, they must report for duty. Entry moves now. Don't let fear keep you outside the gate. FHA exists 3.5% down with owner-occupant rules. VA 0 down for those who served. Honor and leverage it. USDA for rural, often 0 down in designated zones. First-time buyer programs, down payment assistance, grants, closing cost credits. Go to your state housing agency website tonight. Small multifamily is the kingdom hack. 2 to 4 units still qualifies as residential financing. Live in 1 unit, rent the others. The rents feed the note while you manage the field. Proverbs 24:27. Prepare your work outside. Get everything ready in the field. And after that, build your house. Field before finishes. Numbers before feelings. Run a simple plan. PITI, principal, interest, taxes, insurance must be covered by rents from the others with a margin for repairs and vacancies. Not you, the one behind you. Don't look back. If the mortgage is $2,200 and Unit B pays $1,200 and Unit C pays $900, your personal cost is $100 plus utilities in a season while equity grows. That's not magic. That's management. The path of progress is where land turns from dirt into destiny. Jeremiah bought a field in a siege as a sign of future restoration. Managers, see beyond the present. Drive your city's edge. New hospitals, schools, interchanges, warehouses, transit lines. Ask the planning office for the 5-year comprehensive plan. Study zoning maps. Where are they widening roads? Where are utilities extending? Write this down. Don't buy the view, buy where the view is going to be. A simple lot on the city's elbow. Today's weeds, tomorrow's windows. Hold it, clear it, fence it, pay the taxes on time, and watch the city arrive at your gate. Land appreciates while you sleep if you manage while awake. Discipline will buy you dirt sooner. Live smaller to own sooner. He who loves pleasure will be poor Proverbs 21:17. Stop renting granite and chrome with your pride. Drive the paid-off car 2 more years. Share the apartment. Cut the square footage. Redirect the savings to your land account. Your zip code becomes a money printer when managed Airbnb, the spare, lease, the storage, host a driveway, plant a cash flow tree in your backyard. Luke 16:10, faithful in little, faithful in much means faithful in 800 square feet before 8 acres. Activation, 7 moves in 30 days. 1. Open a dedicated land and legacy account. Automate a weekly deposit from the raise you gave yourself, plug-in leaks and restructuring debt. 2. Book a call with a local lender and a credit union. Ask about FHA, VA, USDA, and first-time buyer grants. Get a pre-approval target. 3. Attend 1 first-time home buyer class this month. Free wisdom is still wisdom. 4. Drive 3 growth corridors. Write down lot prices, rents, and signs of new infrastructure. 5. Pull your city's ADU guidelines and run a simple plan for your parcel or your target block. 6. Underwrite 1 duplex, 1 triplex, 1 fourplex, PI, TI, rents, reserves, then make 1 offer within 30 days. 7. Assign every room a job. Rent it, office it, studio it, or storage it, and put that income against your land account until deed day. Because money is not missing. It's hiding in rooms, in lots, in zoning maps, in corridors of progress, waiting for a manager. Heaven promoted Joseph with land administration. Israel's promise was measured in cubits and borders. Your children's children are waiting for your signature on a deed. Write this down and don't forget it. You are not wealthy until you steward land. Hidden place number 11 is not in your garage. It's in your head and your hard drive. Don't get quiet. Write this down. Codified wisdom becomes a cash-flowing asset. Money is not missing. It's hiding in your notebooks, your sent emails, your proposals, your sermons, your slide decks, your workflows. Habakkuk 2:2. Write the vision and make it plain on tablets so he may run who reads it. When you write it plain, other people can run with it. And when they run, they pay for the shoes. Ecclesiastes 12:9 says, the teacher pondered and searched out and arranged many proverbs. Arranged wisdom is product. Deuteronomy 8:18. It is he who gives you power to get wealth. The power is the pattern, and patterns become property. Turn deliverables into products. Every proposal becomes a template. Every meeting agenda becomes a checklist. Every onboarding call becomes a script. Every repeatable result becomes a mini course. Package what you do without thinking. Do it now. Name the outcome first. From inquiry to signed client in 72 hours and wedding. 7 emails that convert cold leads. The wedding photo shot list that never misses. Monthly bookkeeping close in 90 minutes. Sermon series builder. From theme to outline to study guide. Build 3 assets per product. A checklist steps, a template fill-in, and a guide why. Export in PDF, DOCX, and Google formats. Version, it 1.1, 1.2. Managers document, managers duplicate, managers deposit. Now license it like a manager. Write this down. Price is policy, and policy is prosperity. Define licenses clearly. Single user, 1 person. Team up to 10 seats. Site license unlimited seats inside 1 legal entity. And white label, they can brand it as theirs under your terms. Team equals 3x single. Site equals 710x. Single with annual renewal. White label equals 1525x. Single plus support or a flat annual royalty. Set territory globe, medium, digital, print, and term 1 year with auto renew and let's cancel. Keep moral rights. No resale outside the license. No sharing to the wild. Luke 10:7. The laborer is worthy of his wages. 1 Timothy 5:18 repeats it so you don't argue with your own price. Matthew 25 shows the master expects multiplication, not burial. Licensing is multiplication with management. Distribution now. Don't wait for perfect deploy. Your own store first. Shopify, WooCommerce, Gumroad, Lemon, Squeezy. Own the customer. Own the margin. Then marketplaces for discovery. Creative Market and Etsy for design templates. Notion and Canva, marketplaces for systems, Envato, theme forests for creative assets, Udemy, Teachable, Thinkific for courses, Amazon, KDP for workbooks and planners, AppSumo for launch, deals volume over vanity. Recruit affiliates, niche newsletters, podcast hosts, community leaders. Give them 20-40%, pay on time, and arm them with swipes and images. Psalm 68-11, the Lord gave the word. Great was the company of those that published it. Publish it, then multiply publishers. Adopt the royalty mindset. Write this down. Build once, sell forever. Serve consistently. Royalty is just reward for responsibility systems. Make it moral to multiply. Your SOP becomes a seed. Your license is the fence. Your marketplace is the field. Your affiliate is the sower. Set routine maintenance, quarterly updates, version notes, customer feedback loops. Luke 16:10 still governs faithful in little updates, ruler over larger catalogs. When you sleep, your IP should work the night shift. Activation, 7-2-hour IP sprint. Tonight, inventory your top 5 repeatable wins. Choose one. Outline the checklist, template, and quick start guide. Record a 2-0-minute loom walking through the process. Tomorrow, format cleanly, brand lightly, write outcomes first sales copy, define, single, team, site, white label terms, and upload to your store and one marketplace. Day 3, recruit 3 affiliates, email your list with a founder's price, post 2 case snippets on social, and set a quarterly release calendar, 1 new asset every 90 days. Assign all royalties to your land and legacy account until deed day. Because money is not missing. It is waiting inside your mind for a manager to turn wisdom into property and property into provision. Write this down. Your ledger is a report card, heaven reads. Not your shout, not your tears. Your ledger, Luke 16:10-12. Read it. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much. If you have not been faithful in unrighteous mammon, who will commit to your trust the true riches? God allocates by management. He doesn't fund emotion. He funds administration. Don't get quiet. God will never give you what you pray for, only what you can manage. Let's begin. Where trust is tested, tithe honesty. Malachi 3:8-10 says, will a man rob God? Bring all the tithes into the storehouse and prove me now. The tithe is not a tip, it's training. It's God's integrity internship. Proverbs 3-9. Honor the Lord with your wealth and with the first fruits of all your increase. First means first before brunch, before sneakers, before streaming. If you adjust the tithe to fit your lifestyle, you have adjusted your future downward, not you, the one behind you. The Lord will not trust manipulators with multiplication. Tithing is not generosity, it's honesty. Offerings are generosity. Write it down. Honesty precedes harvest. Now, your budget, this is not math, it's theology. Proverbs 21:5. The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance. Proverbs 21:20. Precious treasure and oil are in the house of the wise, but a foolish man devours all he has. A budget is a belief system written in numbers. It declares what you honor, what you hope, and what you will no longer tolerate. Zero-based planning is kingdom discipline. Every dollar gets a job before the month begins. Say it. I am the CFO of my destiny. Here is the order of government for your money. Line 1, God tithe, then planned offerings. Not leftovers, first fruits. Line 2, use savings and reserves. The house of the wise stores. Start with $1,000 emergency seed, then grow to 3 months' expenses. Line 3, future land and legacy account, non-negotiable auto transfer. We are moving from rent to deed, from consumption to inheritance. Line 4, bondage, debt, minimums, and your targeted extra payment labeled extra principal. Line 5, assignment necessities by purpose, not by impulse. Housing, utilities, food, transport, insurance. Line 6, growth education, tools, licenses that produce income. Line 7, generosity missions, strategic giving beyond tithe into the poor, the gospel, and the projects God highlights. When the bottom line hits zero, management has spoken. If the math doesn't work, feelings must adjust, not faithfulness. Automate righteousness. Schedule the tithe the moment income lands. If it hits Friday, God has paid Friday. Measure your faithfulness index. Days between income and tithe should be zero. Set automatic transfers for savings and land and legacy the same day. Bills on cycle. Review weekly. Luke 16:2. Give an account of your stewardship. Your account is your calendar and your ledger. Marrying each other. Managers marry their money to mission. Testimony confirms the template. I watched favor chase a single mother in this congregation, Ruth, a nurse's aide. She wrote a zero-based plan with trembling hands. She tithed first. She cut waste, 3 subscriptions gone. $94 back to purpose. She cooked at home, packed lunch, saved $8 a day, $240 a month, assigned to her land and legacy. From 5/12, she was deployed 2 evenings a week. She monetized her skill, prepping caregivers with checklists she wrote. God supplied seed to the sower, 2 Corinthians 9:10, not to the eater. But in 6 months, her debt snowballed down by 2 accounts. Within a year, her credit union pre-approved her for a small duplex. She lives in one. The rent pays the note. And she still tithes before rent day. Don't clap like that, study that. Consistent giving plus economizing plus deployment equals compounded opportunity. Favor followed order. Order tonight. Open your ledger. Write your monthly net income at the top. Assign God first, then you, then future, then bondage, then assignment, then growth, then generosity missions until zero remains. Rename your accounts. Tithe, storehouse, reserve, wisdom, land and legacy, debt, freedom, operations, growth. Set automations for the first business day. Create a weekly money council Sunday evening, 20 minutes, line by line. Did this serve purpose? Are we on zero? What must be pruned? What must be planted? Proverbs 27:23. Be diligent to know the state of your flocks. Your flocks are your dollars. Your pasture is your plan. Hear Jesus in Matthew 6:21. Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Your heart follows your ledger. If you want a heart for God, send treasure to God. If you want a heart for legacy, send treasure to land. If you want a heart for learning, send treasure to growth. Heaven is reading, employers are reading, banks are reading, your children's children will read. Because money is not missing, it is waiting behind your disciplines. Put your ledger under kingdom law, and provision will salute the manager. Now let me show you the blueprint in action. Jesus, the CEO of the kingdom, conducting a mass feeding with military order. Write this down. Organization precedes multiplication. Mark 6 says, he commanded them to make them all sit down in groups on the green grass, and they sat in ranks, in hundreds and in 50s. Don't get quiet. Before he broke bread, he broke the crowd into systems. Before he multiplied loaves, he multiplied order. Heaven will not pour where earth won't organize. Genesis 2-5 never changed. He didn't allow it to grow because there was no manager. The manager shows up on a hillside, and the first miracle is management. What's the delegation chain? Jesus blessed and broke. The disciples distributed. The people received. That's a clear org chart. Head, middle managers, end users. No chaos at the head. No freelancing in the middle. No stampede at the edges. Roles defined. Flow established. Write it down. Miracles honor management. If the disciples refuse their role, the crowd starves. If the crowd refuses their seats, the flow clogs. Luke 16:10 is standing in the grass, faithful in little baskets, ruler over much bread. The divine chose distribution, not drama. Now the doctrine you don't like waste is wickedness. John 6:12. Gather up the fragments that remain, that nothing be lost. Hear your pastor. Pick up every crumb, 12 baskets of leftovers, because managers sweep the margins. Leftovers are tomorrow's budget. Fragments are future payroll. The Son of God will not sponsor your garbage. He fed 5,000 and then he audited the field. Don't clap, do likewise. Your miracle demands containers. If there is no basket, surplus becomes spoil. Write this down. Containers control capacity. accounts, envelopes, categories, calendars. Those are your baskets. Translate this to your 12 places in your time. Seat your hours in 50s, 5 0-minute focus blocks with 1 0-minute breaks. No standing crowd of distractions. In your waste bins, sweep the crumbs, cancel the unused, sell the leftovers, meal plan like a manager. In your skills drawer, break and bless package one competence into a product and hand it to disciples called platforms and affiliates. In your contacts, seat them by trust and purpose. Mentors, peers, clients. Don't mix the crowds. Pipelines flow faster in lanes. In your closet, attic, and garage, bring the baskets, bins, listings, labels. Convert dormant assets to dollars and deposit the fragments. In your contracts and subscriptions, form the ranks. Renegotiate in batches. Align billing dates. Plug leaks. Every leak you plug is a basket you filled. In your pricing and invoices, define roles, retainers, milestones, late fees. Stop financing client disobedience. Design the flow like Jesus designed the seating. In your processes and checklists, that's your disciple training. SOPs that move bread without you watching every hand. In your debt schedule, line the creditors in order, avalanche or snowball, and send payments down the rows. Keep the free payment as a basket for assets. In your land and space, seat the rooms, renters here, storage there, driveway on game day, rooms grouped for revenue. In your intellectual property, gather the fragments, templates, scripts, guides, 12 baskets of royalties headed to your land and legacy account. In your giving and budget ledger, those are your master baskets. God first, you next, future next, bondage, assignment, growth, generosity. Every leftover has an address. Read it again. He made them sit down. Order invites overflow. He gave the disciples a set before them. Delegation multiplies speed. Gather up the fragments. Stewardship preserves surplus. This is not a picnic. This is policy. He didn't pray for more until he positioned what he had. You're asking for multiplication with no seating chart, no containers, and no ushers. That's why money avoids you. Money is attracted to management. Activation right now. Seat your life. Name your 50s and 100s. Blocks for production, for sales, for study. Appoint your disciples. Automations, assistants, affiliates, and checklists. Bless and break what is in your hand. One offer, one product, one room, one route, and distribute in order. Then gather the fragments daily, unspent dollars, unused minutes, unsold inventory, and dump them into your baskets called reserve and land and legacy. Miracles honor management, and management multiplies miracles. If you sit your crowd, assign your roles, and gather your crumbs, provision will find its lines and march to your door. Lift your right hand. This is your 30-day manager's commission. Write this down. Commit management for 30 days and watch hidden money report for duty. Don't get quiet. Genesis 2-5 is still the law. He didn't allow it to grow because there was no manager. For the next 30 days, you will be the manager. You will sit your crowd, assign your baskets, and gather every crumb. Luke 16:10 will be your mirror, faithful in little, faithful in much. Say, I am faithful. Daily protocol first, because days decide destinies. Every day for 30 days, schedule 190-minute deployment block. Not scrolling, not wishing, deployment. From 5:12, you are deployed. But I want one focus, 90-minute strike. Choose morning or night. Same time, same chair. Door closed. Phone on, airplane. Browser tabs off. One assignment on the desk. Build, sell, ship, or study what increases you. Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision, make it plain, so he may run who reads it. Your 90 minutes is the run, no negotiation. If it's not on the calendar, it's not in the kingdom. Read that again. At the close of each day, perform the crumb capture ritual. John 6:12. Gather up the fragments that remain, that nothing be lost. Write this down. Fragments fund the future. Take 5 minutes. Record every dollar you did not waste. Made coffee at home, $4. Canceled unused app, $12. Packed lunch, $9. Drove once, not twice, $3. Returned an impulse cart to 0. $27. Log it in a simple note titled Crumbs. Then transfer the total weekly into your land and legacy account on Friday. Pick up every crumb. Your new sport is saving scraps on purpose. Don't clap, do it. Weekly rhythm next, the ICED review. Because revelation without administration is hallucination. Once a week, same hour, sit with your ledger and your list. Inventory. Identify one area bleeding, one leak in spending, one stuck asset, one idle subscription. Categorize, name it, and assign it need, seed, or weed. Economize. Cut one leak this week, not 10-1. Capture those dollars. Deploy. Ship one product step this week, not the whole course, one lesson recorded. Not the whole store, one template uploaded. Managers move the ball. Make 2 referrals every week. Introduce 2 people who should connect or refer 2 prospects to your offer. Money moves on trust. You are a trust broker. And document 1, SOP 1 checklist for a task you repeat. Invoicing, client onboarding, content posting, weekly reconciliation. Proverbs 21:5, the plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance. Planning is documented procedure. Say ICED. Say it again. This is how you mint surplus. Monthly maneuvers. Now the push that proves you're not afraid of your own value. Before day 30 ends, raise one price. Yes, one. The laborer is worthy of his wages, Luke 10:7. You have delivered more, your policy must reflect it. Renegotiate one contract supplier, phone plan, software, lease. Every leak you plug is a raise you gave yourself. And list 3 dormant items for sale. Closet, attic, garage, clothes, tools, gadgets. Dormant assets are disobedient employees. Reassign or release them. Ecclesiastes 3 says there is a time to keep and a time to cast away. This month, cast away 3. Now the land moved because legacy needs a lane. Today, not tomorrow. Open a specific property savings account named Land and Legacy, not miscellaneous. Names attract mandates. Set an automatic weekly transfer of the captured crumbs plus $25 more as a vote for your future. Schedule 2 property tours in the next 30 days. 2. A duplex open house. A small lot on the edge of town. An ADU-ready backyard in a neighborhood with permissive zoning. Feet on soil breaks fear's spell. When Joshua crossed the Jordan, he put his foot down first. Joshua 3. Put your foot down. Ask questions. Take pictures. Run PITI against potential rents. Bring your crumbs with you like a down payment in seed form. Deuteronomy 11:24 says, every place where you set your foot will be yours. Set your foot. This is an audit and an activation. Your calendar is the audit. Your transfers are the activation. Your 90-minute deployment block is your altar of obedience. Your crumb capture ritual is your proof of stewardship. Your weekly ICED review is your management meeting with heaven. Your monthly price raise, renegotiation, and listings are your authority exercises on earth. Your 2 property tours and your land and legacy account are your children's children calling you blessed in advance. Proverbs 13:22 is waiting on your signature. I'm going to lead you into a pledge. Open your mouth, life and death are in your tongue. Proverbs 18:21. Say with authority. From today, money isn't missing. My management shows up first. Again, louder. From today, money isn't missing. My management shows up first. Say it to your calendar. Say it to your bank. Say it to your habits. The kingdom does not fund fantasies. It funds faithful managers. Matthew 25. Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many. Ruler is managerial language. God promotes managers. Here's your 30-day scoreboard. Daily, 190. Minute deployment block. 1 crumb capture entry. Weekly, cut 1 leak. Ship 1 product step. Make 2 referrals. Document 1 SOP. Monthly, raise 1 price. Renegotiate 1 contract. List 3 dormant items for sale. Land move. Open the land and legacy account today. Auto fund with your crumbs. Schedule 2 property tours before the month ends. At day 30, your ledger will testify, your calendar will confess, your baskets will not be empty, and favor will have new lanes to run in. 2 Corinthians 9:10, he supplies seed to the sower and bread for food and will increase your store of seed. Seed multiplies in managed fields. Stand tall. Lift those hands. I commission you as managers over minutes, over money, over markets, over maps. May the God who withheld growth until a manager arrived now release provision because a manager has stood up. May hidden money report for duty. Fragments become funds. Interest become an employee. Rules become revenue. Wisdom become royalties. And feet find land. And may your children's children bless the day you kept this 30-day covenant. Don't just shout schedule. Don't just hope handle. From today, money isn't missing. Your management shows up first. And the provision will follow. Amen?